This is the McKinsey podcast, where we help you make sense out of our world's toughest business challenges.
Welcome to the show. I'm Lucia Rahili.
And I'm Roberta Fasaro.
Hey everyone, we're coming to you almost live from COP29. McKinsey partner Alexis Tritipo is there, and she says among the many themes of the conference, climate adaptation is the one she's most excited about.
There's a real recognition that we both need to do adaptation and mitigation at the same time at this COP, and that's a really important message for us to take forward.
An important message especially since this year, there have been a number of extreme weather events and likely more to come.
We've seen flooding in Brazil, in Spain, in Germany. We've seen 2 hurricanes off the coast of Florida, for example, that had major impacts. We've got real talk about it. How do we build it better infrastructure? How do we change behavior? How do we monitor and better understand what's going to come?
So what's the current state of adaptation? Alexis says a lot of countries and companies have adaptation plans, and others are starting out.
A lot of them have thought about what climate risks they're facing, but not many of them have understood how do I put that into practice? How much money is it actually going to take to adapt on a country level? And for many companies, they're starting to think about this for the first time. What is the impact on my supply chain? How do I think about this in terms of what revenue could look like moving forward? And so I would say in many cases, we're still at very beginnings of thinking about adaptation in a real way.
At the beginnings now, but by next year's COP, Alexis said she'd like to see a focus on a bunch of issues.
Between now and COP30, I'd like to see even more focus on climate adaptation, and in particular, really thinking about what are the financing mechanisms that we need to have at both a public level and a private level to be able to fund the adaptation that's needed. I also think we need to start to think about this at an individual company level as well as a community level and not think that it's just a problem for governments to solve. And so really exciting day to day. Hopefully lots more dialogues to come on climate adaptation.
Thanks so much for listening to the McKinsey podcast. I'm Lucia Rahili.
And I'm Roberta Fasaro.
Find us on McKinsey.com. We'll have a transcript of this episode up shortly.
And download the McKinsey Insights app, where you can find this podcast and other helpful content updated daily.
If you enjoyed the show, we'd love for you to leave a rating and a review.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.